This is Capture the Action powered by Canon. My name is Sila Kiplagat, and this is the power of angles. I work with Nation Media Group as a photojournalist. I shoot all sports, ranging from athletics, football, rally, anything sports I shoot. I have 8 years experience shooting, having 8 awards, 7 international, and 1 local, the Ajay Award, just won recently. That is me. I love photography, I love Canon, that is it. I just love action, anything action, I love action. Then another thing I learned about photography, there's nothing small. There is no assignment that is small. It's upon the photographer to shoot that thing, it becomes something big. Shooting an event becomes big. You can shoot KNRC and get good shots, award-winning shots. Same as WRC, it's a big event. My favorite part about photography, rally photography, to be specific, is action. Those cars, they'll just make you happy when shooting. Like when you're shooting like WRC, I remember like the previous day before we started shooting the return of WRC to Kenya after more than 19 years. I think it was 19 years. Then we had a safety and security briefing. Then the guys were like, guys, you know, you've been shooting slow cars. They can't roll so far, so you have to be very far from the WRC cars track, because if by any chance it rolls, it will roll more than 100 meters, so you'll end up crashing. So it was exciting. Rallying is just exciting. You just love it. It's natural. Anybody, whether fans or whether you're shooting, anybody, you just enjoy rally. First of all, shooting a rally is not like shooting any other sports, because you must do recce. When you do recce, you have to consider your angles and your position, such that when you come the next day to shoot, you know where you put your camera. If you're doing a remote shutter using the triggers, you know where you place the camera before the action starts. That is 2 hours before. So positioning to me is very important, because the positions you choose is what will give you what you want in your shots. That's basically, if you choose your best position, the best shots. Again, it's recce. Before you shoot a rally, when you do recce, you'll know everything. You can even test your camera. When you're doing recce, you go with your camera and your lenses. So you'll try and imagine a car is passing here. Now you're imagining your angles. Then now you'll have to set up your angles after you've seen what's in the camera. That is Takamoto Katsuta, if I'm right. This shot, there was a jump, a crest. So when we were doing recce, when you get a crest and it's after a flat out, you know all the cars, unless somebody who has no experience with his car will jump. So you'll have to set somewhere far from that crest. Again, I think I shot this one with 70 to 200 millimeters f2.8 at around 5 or 4.5. 2, when you choose that side shot compared to head shot, I like side shots, because I'll have marketed their sponsors who have sponsored those cars. There's everything. Shooting from the side, you'll have action, you'll have brandings, you'll have everything. You see, there's some dust back, there's the car, there's the branding, there's the name of the person. So I chose it that way. This was Sebastian Ogia, a Kasarani special stage. This place was crowded, first of all. Before action, as you can see the birds, there were a lot of birds moving around. So this was the first car luckily, the bird, I don't know what it was thinking, just decided to be on the road. So when I chose that angle, anticipating to get that shot, and it happened. When I saw the bird, I moved to the left side of the car, then wait for it. What will happen with this bird? I was expecting a knock, but never happened. So I chose my position because of that bird. Akif Firani, this was Soisambu stage. Water splash. This is where my camera almost locked out. First of all, I shot this using a trigger remote because you cannot get that close to those cars. They can crash, then run over you. So I used the wide lens 16 to 35 with a trigger connected to, I have 1DX, I use 1DX. So I had connected the triggers such that when I take the pictures with the camera I have, the other camera automatically shoots. So that's how I got the shot. You see, one thing with the 1DX series, it's dust and it's weatherproof a bit compared to the other one. So it's not easy to spoil. That's why I chose that spot with that camera. I knew I would get something out of it. This was Akif Viran, Soisambu again, airpin. This one, I knew something will happen because we did the previous, when doing the Equator Rally, some of the cars went off-road there. So I knew somebody will do something here, and Akif comes. He almost buried himself in the dust because of the speed and the airpin, and then you have to go. So about this shot, it's my best shot. I love it. This is what airpin should give you when shooting rally. This is what airpin should just give you. So this is Akif Virani, our Kenya rally driver, racing on a Polo GTI car. This was airpin at Soisambu stage. So when we were shooting the Equator Rally, some guys went off-road at this point, at this airpin. So it also helps when shooting more rallies. It will help you get some of the positions you'll have good shots. So I had an experience with this shot. So the airpin was so sharp. So when you're racing on a high gear and you want to turn to the right and then proceed, that is the action. My favorite gear is Canon 1DX. Been shooting with Canon 1DX for the past 5 years. Now upgraded, I have the 1DX and 1DX Mark III. So I just love 1DX. The speed, everything sports photography, 1DX. I don't use any light. I like natural light. So I usually shoot with 400 millimeters f2.8 Canon lens, 70 to 200 f2.8 Canon lens because of the opening. It gets darker, it can compensate. And then the wide lenses. And then I have a fisheye, just in case I want to shoot inside the car when the drivers are still at the parking. So for me, Canon 1DX, R3 is okay. High speed, I like it, but I'll just stick to Canon 1DX series. First thing, have a camera. You can't shoot with your phone. You can't shoot action like rally with your phone. Just first have a camera, whether with wide lens or whether with, so long as it shoots, have a camera. Then the best thing is focus. Just love what you're doing. That is all.